getting back to the boat. We got a few things to do to it and some news about what we're gonna do with it next. So let me go ahead and just let her down. All right, everything's on board. We just need to get on board and sort some things out. Oh. Anyway, I kind of owe you guys a little bit of an update. It's been a while since I put out a video. The last few weeks I've been prepping this boat, and I'll give you a little bit of a peek into all that work in a second. But I've basically been cleaning this out to sell it. That's the big news about this boat, and I'm selling it because I found another boat. I found a Catalina 320 up in Savannah, Georgia, and I'm definitely buying it. So it's going to be a matter of getting this thing prepped for sale, because I don't really want to have two boats for very long. Getting that boat prepped for sailing down here, which is going to be a bit of an adventure. And then getting this boat sold so I don't have to worry about that double cost of having two boats, which I don't even want to think about it, to be honest with you. So last time we were here, I had changed out the port side window with some brand new Lexan, and I ended up with a little bit of a problem. The actual suction cups that I used to hold it left an etching on the glass that looked kind of like a starfish or like a sand dollar. I was really pretty upset about that. I didn't show it on the camera probably, but it really bothered me a lot. I thought about it for a while, and I thought I probably could sand and buff it out. So here's footage of me actually getting that done. I started off by sanding with 1000 grit paper. And I'm doing this wet. I'm applying some water to it. And I worked my way up all the way to 5000 grit, which almost left it polished, actually. So this is what it looks like after 5000 grit. You can definitely see the halo of where I was sanding. And almost see the ghost of the old star. I'm hoping that after I buff them out, all that disappears. And I got these buffing pads for the oscillating tool. Hopefully that works. And I'm going to use this paste compound. I apply the polishing compound directly to the window. And after doing this for about an hour and a half, I got a little tired, and I think I ended up with a pretty nice finish. Not perfect, but it'll do. With that, it's time for a full boat tour. All right, let's start the tour out here, and we'll open up the bimini. And it's held in place with a nice strut that gets a pin in it. In the back, you've got a nice, big, hefty push pit. A swim ladder here, a re-entry ladder. It's got an emergency pull to drop it down in case you fall in and need it. Got a little fishing rod holder, and we've got a brand new 200-watt solar panel. We've got wheel steering here at the helm. We've got a depth sounder, and this is a USB charging station here. I usually mount my phone or a tablet right here to use as my navigation. And right here we've got an Auto Helm 3000 that works perfectly, and it gets kept in a Pelican case down below all the time. We've got a really nice Galaxy 5-inch compass, which is pretty rare in a small boat like this, but it's in perfect condition. You can see no bubbles or anything. The motor controls are in really nice shape. This Lexan is brand new. I just put it in probably a year ago. The gauges all work perfectly. We have some nice beefy cleats, and of course the perforated tow rail all the way up. That makes it really nice to rig anything you want, including the Genoa sheets. Are brand new, by the way, or near new. They're about a year old. Most of the running rigging I replaced, including halyards for the main and for the Genoa. Got upgraded self-tailing variant winches on both sides. We've got a Harkin self-tailing winch right here on top of the cabin top to handle the mainsail. Everything comes back. These are reefing lines for the mainsail. We've got a little non-self-tailing winch here. We've got a relatively new cover for the sail that's about 2 years old. These cockpit lockers are huge. This is the starboard one. We've got a 20-gallon diesel tank right here, and then lots of space. We also have a washdown pump right there and a switch for it. You just connect the hose right here where the water's coming out, and you can wash down the mud at the anchor really nicely. Right here's our Raycor filter, easy to access and to inspect. On the port side, got all the spare lines all nicely arranged. We've got a bunch of fenders way in the back. We've got batteries here, and here's our electrical. This is the main switch for the 110 power from shore. Everything's got some little courtesy lights everywhere just so you can see. And I'm not sure you'll be able to see that, but right there is the engine hours. And that's correct. It's only got 250 hours since its top end rebuilt. So it had the head rebuilt probably 12 years ago. Hasn't had a whole lot of hours. It runs like an absolute top. Got a nice bridge deck up here, and this is the boom traveler, and it makes it very easy to handle the mainsail right next to the helm. I sail alone, so it's usually a no hassle situation for me to tack. As we move forward, you can see the decks are pretty wide for a small boat. We've got more winches attached to the mast. There's another one here under the general halyard. Cleats, everything that's going back to the cockpit. A nice big opening hatch here, and this Lexan is about 1.5 years old. I just replaced that too. It's a deck step mast, which makes for a nice clean installation. The mast is nicely tuned. We've got a brand new whisker pole that came off of a Catalina 28. It was never used. Here's our chain locker. Got 110 feet of galvanized chain that's a little rough right now. I put like a 15-foot piece of stainless steel on it just to prevent the rust up on the deck. Got a swivel. This is a brand new plow anchor. I think it's 16 pounds. I've got 2 spare anchors down in there and plenty of road. We got a roller furling for our Genoa, and the Genoa is in really nice shape. The mainsail is in good shape too. I just had taken it to a sail maker in St. Augustine and had them put another set of reefs in it and stitch up anything that was getting loose. So that's been serviced. It's got lazy jacks, but they're unique. They're bungees so that they're easily removable, so that when you want to take the cover off, these things just get disconnected and are easy to get the mainsail cover off and the mainsail up. These guys are dirty, but they're brand new. This one's no more than a month old, and the starboard side is about 6 months old. I replaced those because they were leaking and they were really badly crazed. All right, let's go below. Up here, there's a little counter space. There's a fire extinguisher right there. This is my little junk drawer. Here we have our battery switch, little battery monitoring gauge, our breaker panel, and this is the master breaker. Here we've got, this radio is only like 1 year old, and it does have GPS, so you can actually get GPS coordinates from here and a panic button. So if you need help, you push that and it actually broadcasts your location. Here we have a little battery monitor, tells you how much is coming in from the solar panel and how much you're using in the system. There's a really deep, big ice box here, and I use it for storage, mostly drinks and that kind of thing. And I'm sure it could be converted to a refrigerator if you had the gumption to do so. Here's some nice storage. This stuff is where I kept all my galley stuff, all the spices and dry foods. And I almost forgot, I also have a handheld marine band radio. This Unidyne is a really nice little radio to have out in the cockpit. I usually hang it up there next to the wheel, but it usually lives right here when I'm not using it. The battery lasts forever. It's rechargeable. As we go across to the other side of the galley, we see our 2-burner alcohol stove. This is something that I just refurbished. You can see how shiny the brass is here. It works great, and it's so easy to use. And I love it that you can get, fuel alcohol just about anywhere, and it really doesn't use very much anyway. We've got a nice deep sink that's pretty center lined. We've got a foot pump for the water, and you can see it does a pretty nice job. It pumps on the downstroke and on the upstroke, and it drains really nicely. More storage back here, and I did put in some extra lights. I did end up putting some of these accent lights in here to help to see some of the stuff at night. We've got more storage here. This is kitchen stuff, my coffee stuff. And for more storage, you've got a nice deep drawer for kitchen goods. and then this really big storage space here that goes back that way quite a ways. Under the sink, there's a bunch of storage too next to the motor, and I just keep usually cleaning stuff and other goodies. Right, so here's what the motor looks like. It's a Yanmar 2GM, and here's the plate, 13 horsepower motor. It's still in really nice condition. You can see it hasn't been repainted or anything like that. It runs absolutely perfectly. It starts up just instant, and it's been really well taken care of. You can see the mounts are still in great shape. They're a little grimy. And you can see how there's really nothing down in the engine pan down. So no oil leak, no nothing. It runs great. I've probably put about 150 hours on it, and it has really low hours, and it never let me down. So it has pretty low hours for such a kind of vintage motor, right? But these things are pretty bulletproof. And here's the little dinette, little setup for the photos for the sale. And the boat comes with this little freezer chest and this custom rack. And you can see frost on it already. It's only been on a few minutes, but this rack divides it into the freezer portion in the bottom and the non-freezing part on top here. Of course, it makes it into a two-place dinette, but I'm usually by myself or with my wife, so that works for me. These lights are all LED. All the lights in the cabin are LED. These are brand new, and they have USB chargers in them. There's another light up here that also turns red, and these turn red too. We've got a Weems and Path ship's clock, and this is our barometric pressure. This was a documented boat, so it was Coast Guard registered. The owner before me didn't keep up with it, and I never renewed it. So the autopilot is kept in this Pelican box, including the motor and spare belts in here in the cabin to keep it safe and keep it from the sun. And I keep this little pod in here too. That keeps it from getting worn out there. I also have a small inverter that works just fine, and I'll use it either to make coffee or to run a little tiny heater sometimes. And as we move up in here towards the V-berth, we've got a little head with just a little Dometic porta potty, but it would be pretty easy to replace that with a composting toilet. A lot of people like that these days. These are brand new lights. All the lights on the interior are brand new, and they're all LED. Got a little sink up here with a pump. Everything works. There's storage down below here, pretty big storage, and another fire extinguisher, storage up here. The boat is wired for shore power. You can see there's 110 outlets. It works perfectly. All you gotta do is plug in. Up here we've got a nice big hatch for ventilation, and it does not leak. God. When we've got our V-berth, and this center section pulls out like most of them do, so that you can step in. And of course, under here, there's tons of storage. Under here, under the center section, there's a big water tank. Pretty sure it's something like 25 gallons. And a lot of spare flotation devices. And this right here in that blue sack is actually a mast climbing ladder. And that comes with the boat too. That's a $300 item, $400 item. Well, I should probably scrub this thing down before I actually show it to anybody. Thank you for watching till the end. Wish me luck selling this boat. If you've got any suggestions or any advice on trying to get a used boat like this one sold, I'd love to hear it. And stay tuned for the Savannah to Florida adventure. We've got to go up, prep that boat, and set sail for North Florida. Wish me luck.